Hey guys, this is part one of a two-part series. In part one, I replaced my springs and shocks. In part two, I replace my brakes, I do all the grinding, and I get the whole thing put together. If this is helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, I appreciate a like or a subscribe. I put a lot of effort into this, and I hope you all enjoy. Thank you. Alright guys, today's the day. I'm going to start doing some new installs. Now, I've been having spin issues. We'll get into that later. Right now I'm just going to show you what I got. So, first thing up, I got these springs, and these are adjustable coilover kit with adjustable shocks. These have a 32-way adjustment here on the top of the shock. We're going to definitely be taking advantage of that. That's number one. We want to be able to tighten up the suspension in the back and loosen it up in the front for better traction. We have Hoosier slicks. These are 15-inch, 10.5 by 28. Let's see, yeah, 10.5 wide, 28-inch thick. For now we're gonna go with those. I might be able to run thicker or bigger ones. I think they make a 29.5 or something like that. So these are absolutely gorgeous, by the way. We're definitely gonna be taking the lettering off the side of them because we don't want to get pulled over. And these are the rims we're going to be rocking. Now, they're the same rims as what I have in 17s on the car right now, but these are black, which looks so much better. These are the rims. They're 15s. Now, obviously, these won't fit on the car. So, we do have a kit coming in the mail. It's supposed to arrive in about a couple hours. The 15-inch conversion kit for basically gives you new rotors and brakes and all that, new calipers. So these are the rims. They look badass. Those are the tires. Those are the springs. Yeah, so we got all that. We got some new TMPS sensors, obviously. When the kit gets here, the brake kit, I'll show you guys what that looks like and what it comes with. But for now, we're gonna start tearing down the rear, put these springs on, and the TCE kit should be here in the next few hours. I'm not in a big rush for that because this is gonna take me a few days to do all this work. So let's get started. Issue we're probably going to have here is I got to remove this upper tower strut brace, or this rear whatever strut tower brace. It's going to be a bitch. This is going to take so much bullshit to get done, but I got to get all this out so I can undo the bolts at the top of the struts. So I'm going to probably start removing this to get that done. And to me, it looks like these bolts are fixed and the strut bolts up to it from the bottom. I've never removed these because when I did the springs, these struts aren't attached to the springs. So based on what I'm seeing on this one over here, it looks like it just slides in. So I'm not going to rip all that out until I look down below and see what we got. Alright, this is the 15-inch conversion kit. Let's see what it comes with. It's got Willwood. I'm guessing these are the calipers. Yeah. Wilwood calipers, okay. Let's keep everything together for now. These are the brake pads. I'm not sure if they're like ceramic or anything like that. Not exactly sure. Okay. Let's see. This must be the mounting for the caliper. The adapter plate. Okay. Set these aside. This is the hub. These look like the brake line mounts. Okay. Oh no, these are hooks to like kind of route the brake line. Okay. What's this right here? New or replacement rotor installation. Okay. Let's just throw this back in here for now. We'll slide this box in the back. I think the strategy is to just remove the brakes first. So I'm gonna take the pads off and then try to drop the calipers and remove the rotors. That might get a lot of stuff out of the way to make it easier to remove the strut. I mean, if I was just doing the strut, I probably wouldn't do this, but since I gotta remove the brakes anyways, it's probably the best play. And one thing worth noticing is the shop that did my motor work and my fuel pump, they ran, I'm pretty sure this is either the return line or the send line for the fuel system. And it like runs right here and then comes around and runs up. I think that's my fuel line, true story. So, could be wrong, but I think that's it. So we gotta try to avoid that as much as possible. They ran a different size fuel line because they literally like doubled the size of the fuel system when they did the work. So let's start by removing the rotors and getting a bungee cord and hooking it to something. I guess this right here. And we'll see what we're playing with afterwards. Well, got that out with the clip. That was surprisingly easy. I'm sure this one won't be. Bro. Well, it went out and it went flying. Alright, I'm not sure what these calipers are gonna do. I should prep a bungee cord because this might go flying. This to be an 18 millimeter. It's gonna be a bitch to take off, I can already tell you that. Well, that wasn't too bad. Usually the hammer trick doesn't work. I'm trying it right now. I'm not using the socket side because it'll tear it apart. Fuck. This is gonna be a bitch. That was easy. Okay. Got a bungee cord on hand. Okay, it is definitely off. It's a question now of where the fuck do I hook this thing? Here's the 2-person job that I only got 1 person for. Lulu, come help me. She ain't helping. Okay. We'll stick it in there. I don't think it's going anywhere. All right, so now I gotta release my e-brake. I'm gonna get some wheel stoppers that prevent the car from rolling when I do that. So I am going to do that now. Now's a good time to tell you a short story. First time I did this, I could not get this rotor off. I was sitting here putting clamps on it, pulling. Well, it wasn't this rotor, it was the stock rotor. That the rotor fused to the hub assembly, which is insane because this car's like never seen water before. And I just had the e-brake on. So just remember to release the e-brake if you want to like take this thing off. Like this action right here will stay like fully engaged unless you release the e-brake. So that's our power stop rotor off. Now the question is, did this really help us get anywhere? Not really, in my opinion. There's still a ton of shit in the way. I think it's just like these 2 bolts up here. You might not be able to see. I think it's just these 2 bolts up here and this one down below for that. Really, I think the spring is the harder mission. So we are going to have to start removing that stuff. I'm gonna have to remove this jack too because it's pushing up against the spring. It's actually good that it's there because it'll keep it compressed. That way when we release it, it'll be easier to take the bolt out down below because there won't be any force on it, which is something you probably have to do anyways. I remember the driver's side being way harder than the passenger side, so might run into some issues over there. Yeah, so based on the guide that I saw, you can see right here, this right here, they had to grind this down to fit the wheel on. I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem, but we'll find out. Let's get the rotors right now, or the new rotors, and slap them on there and see how big they are. I'm curious. Let's see how this looks. It's just flush with the plate. There's some stuff here. Wonder if that's a problem. I don't even know what the fuck that is. That might rub. The only real way to know is to take the wheel and slap it on there, but the brake's in the way anyways. Down here, that might get in the way. Yeah, we're gonna have to, I feel like over here, yeah, you can kind of see, I'll release the camera. You can kind of see down here, I'm wondering if this is gonna get in the way. Like that looks really close. I don't know. Only way to know, I mean, it's supposed to fit, so I want to believe that it won't get in the way, but we'll find out. Hey guys, I wanted to show you the small brain mistake I made. I let the jack flip up while it's engaged, so I'm going to show you guys how to release it.
It's going now. But what a bitch, bro. Like, anyway, we're gonna have to put that back on there, but thought I'd show you guys that. Here, that connects the shock, and then there's these two bolts up here. I'm gonna drop those next. And then I think back there, where this member right here connects, I gotta drop that bolt there. So we're gonna work on that. Now I have a shipment coming tomorrow, which is supposed to have different members for some of this stuff. I don't know exactly what it has, so I'm not gonna start disconnecting stuff yet, but let's start with replacing this shock and spring, since we know we gotta do that anyways. Alright, so we got a 5/8 wrench on one side, and then it is a 18 millimeter on this side. So we're gonna do it. This is going pretty easy. I covered everything. That popped off. This front one's a 15. And it's going right now. It's a tight squeeze. And to do this, you're supposed to drop the exhaust. But we're dumb as fuck here. Like, we don't give a fuck. I'm not dropping the exhaust for this. I did it before without doing it. But this thing's jacked up kind of on this piece that we're releasing, so there could be movement here, so we gotta be semi-careful. And it seems like the bolt has to come out this way. This pipe's pretty loose, so last time I was able to squeeze it by. The passenger or the driver's side's way harder, almost impossible. So we'll feel like that'll push force on it. Looks straight now though. Boom. Okay. That's what we needed right there. Alright. I'm gonna put my gloves on real quick. I got cuts all over my hands. I don't even know how. Pretty much a standard operating procedure anytime I work on this thing. I have a new permanent injury. So these are the out of box springs if you're curious. And we gotta navigate those around the fuel line, which is interesting. Spring off. We got the new spring over here. I'm wondering, should I put that on first? I'm actually gonna remove the shock first, because it'll be easier to navigate without the spring in there. So we gotta take these nuts off up here. These two up here. It's loose on there. Let's break this one before we get a nut runner. They're torqued to almost nothing. Let's see if we can fit this thing in there. That's why it was so hard. I'm gonna have to go up top and see what shenanigans happened up there. So I got it out off camera. I ended up using this rubber mallet. I wedged it between that lower arm and I jammed it in there to push that down as far as I could. And then I took my long ass socket wrench and I wedged the shock out of that hole down below. Hopefully that helps. I pierced a little hole up here from the top of the shock, but I don't give a fuck. The new one is going to be way easier to put in because I can set it to like super soft and compress it completely and then put it in there. So that won't be a problem, but what I'm wondering right now is if I should put the coilover in first or the shock. I'm kind of leaning towards towards the shock just because this one was such a bitch to get out. So anyway, here's the old ones and the new ones. I'm gonna raise these up so that they're kind of the same. In fact, I almost want them up too high. So there's a tool that comes with them, but they're already pretty torqued. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna go up quite a bit. I'm not trying to lower my car with these, you know what I mean? Like, the car's already low as fuck. Basically on the limit. So I'm assuming that the compressed part, maybe, I think like this, they're still low. And I don't know if that's an accurate representation because once you put the weight on the car, but I already predict that I'm gonna have to raise the car up and down a few times to get them in the right spot, but because I'm telling you right now, the car is low as fuck already with these springs. I scrape every time I go down my driveway. My exhaust tips scrape, so just try them right there. I think that'll be good. So we'll try that. Now I have this set to super soft. It's still pretty hard to compress. Oh my god, don't do it on your dick. That's not wise. But they are compressible. I'm gonna try to send them in the way I took them out. Which, I mean, I can already tell you that it seems easier to get in. There's like a ball. Okay, timeout. Put my gloves on. I know there's a reoccurring theme here. My gloves are literally soaked in sweat. It's like 80 out today. Okay, it's in the knuckle already. That was incredibly easy compared to the first time. I gotta get off this bench because I'm gonna roll and eat shit. Okay. And we're in there. This needs a spin though. I might need to use a pry bar here, which is actually just a wrench. Okay, it's pretty close. It's not lined up yet, but you know, it's close enough. Gonna find out. Oh, it went through. What's up, guys? This concludes part 1 of the video. In part 2, I do all the grinding. I put the new suspension components on and I get the wheel on and running. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like the content. Thanks.